I was in the cinema the other day, getting my ticket, ordering my popcorn, when a lady arrives behind me at the counter, looking really stressed. She's muttering and gesturing, complaining that there's no one to serve her. The thing is, I'm the only other guy there. I am the queue. And I'm nearly finished. So she carries on stressing and muttering and moaning and asking for people to serve her. For a few more seconds until I'm done, and then as I'm moving away, I hear her ordering a ticket. And it's for a film that starts in 35 minutes. So why all the stress? Why all the complaining? Just because she had to wait a few seconds because of one guy in line? First world problems. Why do we focus so much more on problems and blessings? Why do we focus on the wait and the inconvenience rather than celebrating the luxury of being able to watch a film and relax? Why is the cup so often half empty rather than half full? And I'm a half full kind of guy, and yet sometimes I struggle to even see the glass. What are the things you complain about, worry about? What are the things that stress us out? Bills, career, family, money, pensions, relationships, what people think about us, what we wear, our health, our image. Are we secure enough, thin enough, smart enough, popular enough, rich enough, paid enough? Are we beautiful enough? Do I have enough? Am I enough? And then there's our children. Are they clever enough, pretty enough, talented enough, funny enough, successful enough? It just goes on and on and on. A study in America recently showed that 40% of millionaires don't feel rich enough, and over 50% of multimillionaires, that's people with $25 million or more, didn't feel secure enough. So how much is enough? Why are we all trying so hard to be happy and have more and be richer? We are already the richest, most developed generation in history, and yet we're the most in debt, medicated, depressed, overweight, stressed out, addicted generation in history. Why do we see the problems rather than the blessings? The half-empty glass, the people up the ladder, the scarcity, the risk, and the fear. Why do we see that so much more than we see the opportunity and the blessing and the enough and the joy? After all, this is all we are, right? Dust. Dirt. A collection of chemicals. Oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, calcium and phosphorus, with a little bit of potassium, sulfur, sodium, chlorine and magnesium thrown in. And that's it. A collection of chemicals. Nothing you wouldn't find in your average school chemistry lab. A pile of atoms, a small step on the evolutionary journey. Really not very important at all. We come from dirt and we go back to dirt. But what if we change our perspective a little? Look at the universe. Stars and planets that stretch across unfathomable miles. There are billions of stars, at least 7 for each single person on Earth. And yet we still can't find a planet as complex as ours, with the variety of life we experience on Earth. Our planet and our universe is so finely balanced that life is nothing short of a miracle. If we were marginally closer or further away from the sun, we would not exist. If we were tilted at a slightly different angle, we would not exist. If the moon was marginally closer or bigger, we would not exist, nor would we be the only planet who experiences a perfect eclipse, because the sun is 400 times bigger than the moon, but also 400 times further away, so they appear to us to be exactly the same size. If the oxygen levels or nitrogen levels or hydrogen levels were different, life would not exist. Hundreds of measures so finely tuned to allow life, and if just one of them was marginally out, it would render us extinct. This whole planet is a miracle, and so are you. These chemicals, which appear so mundane, come from the stars. They come from exploding stars, and that same stardust now forms you. We are deeply connected to all of creation. We are deeply connected with each other. In your lifetime, at least one atom from every single person in the world will, for at least a short time, be part of you. How amazing is that? We are part of something so much bigger than us. And we have been created with the capacity for wonder. When we look at the stars, it moves our spirits. It stirs us and moves us and ignites us. And the miracle doesn't stop there. If we take you apart one atom at a time, we are left with a pile of atomic dust. But not one of those atoms is alive, and yet you are alive. And even more than being alive, you have feelings and dreams and passions and hopes and memories. You can laugh and cry and dance and sing. You can create and bless and love and heal. You are wonderful and have an unlimited capacity for wonder. We are the miracle. This dirt is alive, loved by God, indwelt by God, enough, accepted, blessed. We are invited to live lives of blessing, lives of gratitude. Instead of looking at the problems and negatives and threats, we are created to be blessed and to bless. We get to see the glass half full. We get to see the opportunity, the beauty, the hope. We get to see God in everyone and everything. Beauty in the dust. Thomas Merton said that to be grateful is to recognize the love of God in everything. Gratitude is an attitude that changes us. It corrects our perspective of the world. It teaches us to recognize the beauty, the gift, and the opportunity in everything. It takes us away from our first world problems and teaches us to look at the world differently. It teaches us contentment, joy, love, and wholeness. But gratitude is not just an attitude, it is an action. It is a life-giving habit. We get to be people who practice gratitude, who choose to look at the world through eyes of wonder, who recognize beauty in the everyday and see God in the difficult day. We need to be people who actively thank people, who choose to find things to be grateful for, even in the hardest situations, people whose eyes are turned to wonder. Because this changes us, it changes our hearts, it fills them with light rather than dirt, hope rather than disappointment, love rather than frustration. You are a miracle. You are beautiful. You are so much more than you realize. May you be someone who practices gratitude every day. You are invited to open your eyes to the wonder all around you. You are invited to see the world differently. May you learn to give thanks in all things. And instead of praying for all the things we don't have, may we all learn to say, "My cup runs over."